Hi guys, it's me, the No-Nose Foodie. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, all about eating, cooking, and living well when you can't smell. Today, what we're going to be making is the thing that I ate almost every day for about the first month after I lost my sense of smell about 3 years ago. I'm going to call it Tangy, Juicy, Crunchy Power Bowl Salad. And it uses a base of kale. I like the kale for a couple reasons. One, it's super nutritious. Two, it's got great color and texture. And three, it's going to hold up really well even when it's mixed with all of this awesome stuff here that I'll tell you about in a minute, and this nice zesty lime vinaigrette that I'm going to teach you how to make. All right, so we'll get started. First thing I'm going to do is cut this kale into salad size pieces, and also I'm going to take these ribs out, which are kind of tough and chewy and you probably don't want to have in your salad. Grab my bowl. This is where everything is going to go, so we may as well put it in there. And I'm just going to take my chef's knife and cut right here along the ribs, between the hard, woody, firm part and the tender green part. Going to take out the hard, woody part, and then just cut through your kale so that you get roughly pieces that are about 2 inches by 2 inches. Some will be bigger, some will be smaller, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got our base of greens for the salad. If you don't like kale, you can do this very well with romaine, or you could even use fresh spinach. It won't hold up to the dressing for days the way the kale will, but it'll potentially give you something else you can eat that you like, and just save the dressing and put it on at the last minute as opposed to making it ahead of time. So next thing we're going to do is cut some red onion. I like this because one, I like onion, and two, the red onion gives it more color, which is important when we're not smelling as well as either we once did, or maybe smelling not at all. Okay, so that was a surprise, an onion that was not the most fresh, but it was big enough that there's still some good parts here. So I'm going to take the good stuff and we're going to throw that in the bowl here. So you can see some different colors starting to come together. I'm going to put some edamame in. These are just frozen edamame that I've thawed and drained. Some walnuts. These are already chopped up. Some dried cranberries. These are going to give you that pop of color as well as a change in texture. And some sweet and sour, which even if you've completely lost your sense of smell, you can still taste sweet and sour, so it's got some interest. I'm going to put some chicken. This is just leftover grilled chicken that I buy at a store. It's Trader Joe's. They make it ahead of time, and I keep it on hand in little batches in the freezer for my lunches. And this is going to be my lunch probably for the next few days when I go back to the office and our clinic opens again. And it'll keep me going for full days. Rest of this in. And then the last thing, which is one of my favorite parts, I'm going to show it to you a little bit closer. This is tricolor quinoa. You can buy this at most specialty grocery stores, health food stores. I also got this at Trader Joe's, and it's been cooked ahead of time. And I cooked this in some vegetable broth because I think it adds a little bit more flavor and interest. But I really like it because it's got great texture in the 3 different colors. And quinoa is a great source of protein. I want to say off the top of my head, it's got about 9 grams of protein per cup. For this salad, I've boosted the protein with some chicken, but you could also use tofu if you don't eat meat. You could put a hard-boiled egg or 2 in there. All of that would be really great. So we're going to set this aside, and then I'm going to show you how to make this awesome dressing. Okay, so we're going to take a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lime juice. This takes a little bit of time, but it's really worth the effort. And this is a little shy of a 1/4 cup. That's okay, we'll compensate by putting a little more of our vinegar. So the next thing that goes in here is about a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil. 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. Do 3 tablespoons of whatever kind of somewhat sweet fruity vinegar you have around. This is an orange flavored vinegar, also from Trader Joe's, that I really like. It's not expensive at all. It's going to give you some sweet and some sour. Things that we can still taste. We'll set that there for a moment. I've got 1 clove of fresh garlic that I've chopped by hand. I'll tell you why I do that in my next video as opposed to using a garlic press. We have a teaspoon of ground cumin. A little bit of cayenne pepper, which is going to give you some heat. Then about a 1/4 teaspoon or so of kosher salt and fresh ground pepper to taste. Okay, so all our ingredients for our salad dressing are in the measuring cup, and I'm just going to whisk those together to get everything combined well. And I'm looking for a little piece of our greens to give it a test. And then I'll show you the last couple of little garnishes that can go on here if you choose to add them. Let's see. Yep, that's just right. So we'll set that aside, ready to go. So a couple more things I like to add. Some fresh avocado, if you like avocado. I'm going to cut this up just a little bit and have it ready to add to my lunch tomorrow. I'm not going to put it on the salad right now because, as you probably know, it's going to get all mushy and turn brown. But if I do that with these little cuts, then I can just flip the avocado inside out like that, and the little parts will pop out and it'll be ready to go. So I've got some lime juice on here now so that it doesn't turn brown in the meantime. The other thing I really like is some kind of salty, creamy, somewhat strong cheese. This is cotija cheese. It's a Mexican cheese, but I really like it. It's going to give you a little pop of salt and creaminess in between all the other flavors and textures you have going on, which is really nice. So I'm going to just dump that right on there. And I'm a French girl, so you know, I like my cheese. And then I'm going to pour the dressing on, mix the salad up, and give it a taste. for you before I stir everything. Isn't that beautiful? The different colors, textures, flavors. Another thing I like to put in a salad like this is little mandarin orange sections. Those are also going to give you that juicy, tangy, different texture than the dried cranberries, but you could actually combine those and it would be great. All right, here goes. That is really good. I'm excited to eat this for lunch, probably the whole rest of this week. So this salad is great. This is definitely eating, cooking, and living well when you can't smell. Some of the reasons I really like this salad, obviously the color, the texture, and nutritionally it's got protein, it's got a ton of fiber, it's got antioxidants, vitamin C, beta carotenes, just really packs a nutrition punch. And when you first lost your sense of smell, that's really important as you're trying to heal and probably not eating all that great because you're not sure what to do. So this was my go-to thing. I ate this almost every day for about the first month until I started having some gradual recovery. So 3 years later, why am I making these videos? Well, we are in the midst of COVID-19, and if you don't know this, loss of smell is one of the common symptoms of having COVID-19. And we're still too early in the game to know whether everybody that's had those symptoms are going to completely regain their sense of smell. So there's going to be a whole lot more of us. So I hope this is helpful. We're going to plan to make one video a week with a new recipe each time. I also have a website set up. You can check me out at nonosfoodie.com. There's also a blog. I'll be posting recipes there, and we'll have a section where you can write in with questions and comments. Don't forget to click like if you liked our video, and go ahead and hit your subscribe button because you'll get entered in a drawing to win a prize once we get the first 100 subscribers. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week for another adventure in eating, cooking, and living well when you can't smell. See you next time.